Ooh, it's cold out here. Welcome to Ridge Life. I'm Tim, and today on Ramblings, guys, 19-degree wind chill factor. Ooh, it's cold on the ridge today. I got a story to tell, and it's not a good story. Not a good story at all. Happy Cyber Monday, everybody. That's right. Today is online shopping day. That's usually the day I do almost all my shopping. And I'll be doing that. But before I talk about shopping, I got to tell you about my VA clinic experience today. That's right. I got up bright and early this morning and went to the VA clinic in Memphis. And it was not a good experience. I will tell you that. It was not a good experience. I got there. My appointment was 8 a.m. And I got there at 7:40 a.m. They told you to get there about 15 minutes early. I get there a little bit earlier than that. You know, I'm Johnny on the spot. So I get there about 7:40. I go inside, and there was one other gentleman there before me. And they had a security guard. The nurses were getting all, settled in for the morning. And everyone, very nice getting me done. I've only been to the VA clinic once before, and that was just to get in the system, right? That was last year or earlier this year when I retired. Or was it before I retired? It was before I retired, just to make sure I was in the system. And everything was good, so when I did retire, I could go to the VA clinic. Because I no longer have health insurance through my previous employer, right? So I had to go today because I'm out of blood pressure medicine. And my blood pressure's been running high. It was 140 over 90, and that's when I started taking the blood pressure medicine. That got it down. Well, I ran out once my prescriptions ran out. And I made an appointment to go to the VA, and it takes a while to get your appointment at the VA, obviously. Well, I say obviously, I mean... that's not what I was used to with private healthcare. Government healthcare, a little bit different. Private healthcare, I would go same day. Call and make my appointment same day with the healthcare provider I had before, private healthcare. Well, that's not the way VA works. So I got my appointment and got up there. Again, nice ladies got me all took my weight, gained a few pounds. Through the holidays, like most people probably did. I ate my fair share of turkey and dressing. And went back and they asked while I was there, do you want to go ahead and get some vaccines? Well, some vaccines, no thank you. But Grandma Carol and Meredith said, Tim, you should get your shingles vaccine. They've done some research, and the shingles vaccine can actually help you health-wise in many other areas. Now, when they've done research and they've got statistics and stuff, I'm kind of a little bit more on board with this, the mandatory get this, and we've done no research because we just made this stuff 2 months ago. No. But the shingles vaccine, supposedly there's some really good stuff. Both Meredith and my mom recommended it. So I said, okay. And then the flu vaccine. I'm kind of hit or miss on the flu vaccine because typically when I've had the flu vaccine, I end up getting sick. I think the flu vaccines, actually, they use a live virus. Now, the shingles, they do not. But I think they use a live virus on at least some forms of the flu vaccine. But I did get the flu vaccine. I also got the shingles vaccine. Now, with the shingles, you got to come back for a second dose. So February 2nd, I have to go back for my second dose of the shingles vaccine. But I think that's a one-and-done kind of thing. Correct me if I'm wrong if you know anything more about the shingles vaccine, because I really don't. Oh, guys, it is so cold. So cold out here. All right, so that went well. They took my blood pressure. My blood pressure was 170 over 90 on the right arm. She said, let me get your pulse and your pulse ox and all that stuff. Then we'll take your blood pressure on the left arm. They took the blood pressure on the left arm, and it was 127 over 72. Now, that's like when I was 25-year-old kind of blood pressure. I don't know what the difference was. The one on the right was probably closer because I had 2 cups of coffee before I went in. But guys, so far I haven't told you what the atrocious, what the horrendous, what the I can't believe this is of this VA clinic visit. So I got all that triage done, got the, the blood pressure and all that stuff. She had to ask me, do I feel like, have I wanted to harm myself? Do I have a place to sleep? Do I have food to eat? I mean, there's some, remember, this is a VA clinic, so they ask these questions just to make sure that our veterans are safe. And I'm glad they do, because I want to make sure our veterans are safe and have a warm place to be. Okay, because if they don't, we need to make sure we get them, because our veterans deserve that. And I am blessed. I am lucky that I've had health care up until now, and that I have the health care I have now. And of course, when I get married to Meredith, I'll have private health care again, and I can do teledoc and all that stuff over the phone and get my prescriptions just from a phone call. So I get that part done, and I go over to the other room to meet the doctor. And this was, I'm not going to say the doctor's name, because I maybe they were having a bad day. But this is what happened. So I go sit down, and I'm all, courteous and yes ma'am, no ma'am, and good morning ma'am, and all that stuff. And so what are you in here for? Well, I'm in here to to get blood pressure medicine, because my private health insurance ran out when I retired. And I put all this in the notes, when I made the appointment, but it seems like that didn't transfer over or something. And I said, yeah, I'm on losartan and amlodipine. She goes, do you have your medical records? And I said, well, I have right here from Walgreens, my prescription history from my doctor shows that it was prescribed. No, sir, that won't work. We need your medical records. This is what I was on, and this is what helped. No, sir, we can't do that. We need your medical records. Well, luckily, last year when I was here, I gave you my healthcare provider information, and you were going to request my medical records. You should have them on file. That shows, what I was prescribed and what I was taking. Well, we'll check. So she gets in the system, and sure enough, they never requested them. Never got them. Never. Nada to the nada. Well, I said, I've got an app for my old medical provider on my phone. Let me see if I can log in. And sure enough, I could still log in to my previous medical provider. And there's my medical history. There's my prescription history. No, sir, can't use that. Medical records. Click. I click on medical records. There is my medical records. Everything they need to see. No, sir. We need that faxed over. Here's my medical records, logged in, my social security number, my name, everything. Nope, got to have it in writing. Facsimile is just a copy of an electronic document nowadays. No, sir, we have to do that. Well, I said, ma'am, if I came in here today not having medical insurance before, not having taken blood pressure medicine before, and you saw my blood pressure, and I told you that I've tracked my blood pressure for the past couple of years on an Excel spreadsheet, morning and evening, with my heart rate, my systolic and diastolic blood pressures, and you saw that I was elevated, hypertension stage 2, what would you do? Well, we would prescribe you medication. What a ding ding! How about prescribing me some medication? Well, no, sir, because you've already been prescribed medication. Well, I'm not on it now. This is what I was dealing with. So I got a little agitated. And she said that they would request the medical records again and then get that taken care of. Not prescribing blood pressure medicine. My blood pressure was elevating at this point. So she said, go ahead and do a physical exam, check my ears, check my throat and all that stuff, check my heart rate. She said, your heart rate, is it always this elevated? I said, no, probably because I'm agitated just a little bit. I said, normally my heart rate is in the normal range, and I told her that I track my heart rate and as well as my blood pressure and everything, so that's good. And I try to calm down a little bit, and I'm trying to relax the mood, and I say, well, did you have a happy Thanksgiving? The response I got was, it was just another day for me. Okay? Now, I will say this. When I meet people of all walks of life in my experience. I've met Jewish people and Muslims and atheists, and I've met a lot. And when I say Merry Christmas, or I say Happy New Year, or I say Happy Thanksgiving, and they say, oh, well, we celebrate Hanukkah. Well, I say, did you have a happy Hanukkah, or have a happy? I said, enjoy the holiday. I will enjoy mine. I try to be cordial, try to be nice. So if I was asked, did I have a happy Hanukkah, I would say, well, no, I celebrate Thanksgiving, but appreciate you very much, and I hope you had a happy Hanukkah as well. But no, that's not what I got. It was just another day for me. Not only was it, I wish you a happy Thanksgiving, even though I don't celebrate it because I don't give thanks to any deity or any other. Because Thanksgiving, even if you're not Christian, hopefully you are thankful for your lot in life, your health, your education. You're a doctor. You have things to be thankful for. Maybe you have kids. Maybe you have a spouse. Maybe you have a dog or a cat. But maybe if you don't have maybe if you don't have anything in your life other than, I don't know why you would not be thankful. So and different countries don't celebrate Thanksgiving like we do here in America, and I understand that. This person was not a foreigner, spoke very well Southern English like me. Very clear Southern English. Wasn't from England, wasn't from Australia, wasn't from Saudi Arabia, from India, Pakistan, but it was just very. I was taken aback by just saying, it was just another day for me. I kind of felt sorry for him. I was still agitated that I wasn't getting my medicine, but I just felt sorry for someone that could not return a cordial. Because I was just saying, did you have a happy Thanksgiving? Normally the response is, I did. How was yours? Or, I didn't really celebrate much. How was yours? I did not get that. There was no request for any kind of anything from me. Again, am I being too much? Am I being too critical? I think I was already critical because I was pretty mad. Yeah. I got icicles. Got icicles from drinking my coffee. It froze. Guys, it is cold. Can you see my breath? I don't know if you can see it in this shade here. Ooh. Excuse me. Was I being too critical? I don't know. I did this weekend at Meredith. Well, again, I got up this morning. Meredith got up like, oh my gosh, 4 o'clock this morning. She had got the kids ready, got to school and everything. I went out and fed the horses and the cows and the donkeys and everything and the rabbits in the dark, freezing cold, 19-degree wind chill factor because it was windy too. I think it was 25, 26 this morning when I got up. I think it's like 29 now. It's not very warm at all. But fed the animals. Yesterday, we saw our rambling yesterday. Yesterday, we got the blankets on Mooney and Moto. Now, when I went out to feed them today, Mooney and Moto didn't even want to come out to get grain. They were like, we're staying under the shelter here. Because they're tropical cows. They like the tropical climates. So all the other animals came right out and got their grain, and they're all happy and everything. But then when I went to feed hay, Mooney and Moto came over. Now, see, in case you didn't know this, horses, and I don't know about cows too, but they heat their body by their digestion, that fermentation, all that stuff that goes on in their gut heats their body from the inside out, and they really don't. At least horses, they really don't shiver, I guess, as much like humans do. We shiver to stay warm. I don't really see horses shivering. But yeah, they use that. So they eat a lot when it's cold outside. So I fed them hay and got them their grain, their sweet feed and everything. And then I went to my doctor's appointment. Got home. Actually, I went to met Grandma Carol and Uncle Sonny and Aunt Ellen. I call her my mother, my other mother. So Sometimes I call her my aunt too, but she's not. She's just a good family friend, close friend of my mom's growing up. Anyways, my Uncle Sonny's birthday, so I met them at a restaurant, and they were just finishing up when I pulled in and got to say hi to them. And happy birthday. Actually, he's pulling up right now in the car. Uncle Sonny's going to be doing some deer hunting out here, and I told him he can borrow one of our rifles, and waving to him right now. So he's going to borrow one of the rifles. We've been seeing deer in the morning. He's got the cellular trail cameras out there, and we've been seeing those the 6-point buck every morning, the last 3 mornings in the daylight hours. You coming to get the gun? Oh, yes. And so yeah, we're excited about getting out there and possibly getting that 6-point buck. I might go this afternoon. I've got to get all my Christmas shopping. I told you today was Cyber Monday, and typically that's when I do all my shopping. I know I got a list. Of course, Tim's got a list. You know, I got a list on my phone. I got to go down and check it twice, and then start getting things. I think me and Meredith are going to get a TV for ourselves for Christmas. I already know what we're getting the kids. Of course, I got Morgan, Alyssa, and Tyler, and got the grandkids, Jarrett and Adley, but I also got Hudson and Willett now. That incorporating them into the Ridge family. Good luck. And so this is gonna be a great Christmas. Thanksgiving was wonderful, celebrating it with Meredith's family and her with mine. And this Christmas, we also this weekend, I think I told you we were going to get the Christmas tree decorated. We got the Christmas tree out yesterday after the rambling, and got all that taken care of. Got a plan on the barn. Some of you are concerned about me not building the Ridge property. I'm not concerned about it. I don't know why you're concerned about it. I'm continue to work on the solar, and that's I've always said that I'm working on the solar before I finish building the home. I've always said that. Solar's going to get done, and then I'll start on the subfloor for the house. Now, I do want to get the materials moved so, termites don't come up bottom. They are still perfectly protected from the rain right now, but I still have to get them under shelter and get them off the dirt and get them over here and protect them from the termites. Termites do come out in the winter. They do. They definitely do here in the subterranean termites. They burrow up from the ground, and then they stay active. They live deeper, but they still come up and eat throughout the winter. Got the Ridge crib this morning, and I was out of propane, but luckily I had my electric backup, and it came on, so it wasn't freezing in the Ridge crib. It was 56 degrees is what it was, but I got the propane swapped out, and now it's toasty in the Ridge crib now. But yeah, I never said I'm concerned about getting the Ridge house built. I want to get the Ridge house built, and it's paid for. Right, so all that's not paid for is pretty much the labor, which is me and whatever contractors I like for the roof. I'm not doing the roof myself, and there'll be some other things that I can't or choose not to do. But all the materials are paid for. And now I've got some finished materials that I haven't got my appliances and my fixtures and all that stuff paid for, or I haven't purchased them yet. But now I'll have Meredith, and Meredith can help choose for those things, the appliances and the fixtures and all those type of things. And I'm excited. But after talking to Meredith and coming at this as a team, we're going to save $50,000-$60,000 and do the barn ourselves. As much as we can, and so I'm gonna put focus on while I'm over here working on the solar, and then when I'm at Meredith's, I'm gonna be working on the barn, getting it ready for animals to protect them for the winter. Now it's not finishing the barn, getting the loft done and the concrete and the plumbing and all and electrical and all that stuff. It's just to be able to house the animals. And I can do that, on the weekends, and then, on Christmas, when she's on Christmas vacation and I stay over there with her. But during the week, when I'm over here, I'll continue to work on the solar and everything. So, and then of course, when the solar's done, I can start on the subfloor over here. And that's just been the plan. I don't know why people have to have issues. I mean, it's my plan. It's my work. Would you live your lives based on someone else's schedule? No, why would you? I'm not. I'm going to live it on my schedule. And, me and Meredith are going to get married. Ooh, we're going to talk about on our ramblings where we're going to get married and when pretty soon. That's going to be a couple fun ramblings, isn't it? But me and Meredith are going to get married, and she's already got a house. She's got a barn. I've got a house, I got the foundation ready for it. I got the utility. I got the well done, the septic done. I've got the electric about, 30% done with the solar array and everything being done. So yeah, I'm excited. I love the direction my life's going. And now not only is it the Ridge, it's the farm. So we've got the Ridge and we got the farm. And before I was calling it Meredith's farm. When we get married, it'll be our farm, and we'll just call it the farm, right? So we have the Ridge and the farm, and I'm loving life. I'm loving life, except for what happened at the VA clinic. I don't have any blood pressure medicine, so I got to continue to monitor my blood pressure. Try to cut back on the caffeine. I know. Cut back on those things that can elevate your blood pressure. Keep everything a little bit calm, a little bit I don't know if that stuff works, but all right. Well, I got to get some Christmas shopping done. I gotta go check on Elvis and his ladies. They're over there. Elvis, what's going on, buddy? What's up, Elvis? I see him over there. He's all perked up now. He was hunkered down like this, trying to stay warm. You can see my breath. He just did a shiver shake. He just did a shiver shake. All right, guys. Love every single one of you. Hopefully you enjoyed today's video. It will be okay. I'll monitor my blood pressure, and hopefully by the end of the week, they've got my records and then get that blood pressure medicine overnighted to me. They did say they would expedite. That's right, Elvis. I talked to the nurses as I left, and they said, Mr. Roberts, we're going to get your medical records faxed over, and we'll get that medication out to you just as soon as possible. I said, well, thank you very much. I appreciate you. Very, very nice people out there. There were some really good people working in the phlebotomy department, the receptionist, the triage nurse and everything. They do some really good work out there. And this doctor, I don't just know if they have just a rough bedside manner. Maybe they are very depressed and don't have something to be thankful for, or they don't feel they have something to be thankful for. So I'm going to pray for them. I'm going to pray that they feel that they have something to be thankful for in this life, because I think everyone should have something to feel thankful for. And I think that's the best thing to do. I also want to pray for my son Morgan, who's taking tests in college right now. He's on his last semester, and that last semester of civil engineering, it's going to be tough. I hope everything goes well for him. So, guys, love every single one. If you can, give it a big old thumbs up on today's video. Like, share, and subscribe. It's always 100% free. Hit that notification bell right down there to be notified. Make it solid to be notified anytime a new video comes out on my channel. That's right, Elvis. Hope everyone has a blessed day. Keep rambling and go Ridge Life. Woo!